Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today we are taking a look at a press release from Games Workshop. I say press release, it's just on their community blog, but it came out alongside the Total War Warhammer 3 announcement trailer, and it's got a bunch of extra information there because, well, there's a bunch of surprises, and it's awesome to see that there's actually sort of announcements coinciding that are related to one another. It's very cool. So let's take a look. So here you can see they've got the usual thing of, you know, watch Kislev Battle of Bloodthirster for the first in the first trailer for Total War Warhammer 3. So this obviously is just the trailer, right? That hopefully you've all seen. If you haven't, go and watch it. I'm not showing it here. I've already done a whole huge trailer breakdown and going through all the details of that trailer. So go check that out, or just go watch the trailer. Do what you want. I'm not your dad. So Games Workshop and Sega are proud to reveal Total War Warhammer 3, the long-awaited third installment in the smash hit strategy series developed by Creative Assembly in partnership with the Warhammer Creative Studio. And there's the link to the trailer. The link to this article will be in the description as well, by the way, of this video. That's right, the boyars of Icy Kislev are ready to follow their Tsarina into battle once more as one of the game's playable factions at launch. As if that wasn't enough, you'll also be able to command the demonic armies of Khorne, Slaanesh, Tzeent, or Nurgle, thanks to the introduction of playable factions dedicated to each of the 4 Chaos Gods. Regular readers of Warhammer Community will know that the Games Workshop Creative Studio is hard at work on Warhammer The Old World, a project that will see the return of the world that was to the tabletop, and their designs have fed directly into the development of Total War Warhammer 3. Check out this exclusive piece of concept art for the Kisslevite Griffin Legion for a taste of what they've been working on. So the Griffin Legion are the elite. They're the sort of the elites of the winged lancers. That's the one. I always want to call them hussars because, you know, that's the traditional cavalry that had these sort of wings on the back. But anyway, yeah, the winged lancers. So the winged lancers are a Kisslevite cavalry regiment that are famous, and yeah, the Griffin Legion are the greatest amongst them. So, ruled by the indomitable hand of Tsarina Katerin, known as the Ice Queen, as much for her demeanour as her magic, the proud warriors of Kislev have a long history of struggle against the forces of chaos that has moulded them into a hardy, determined people. Rightly famed for the quality of their cavalry, some even ride to war on the back of ferocious armoured polar bears, their winged banners fluttering in the frozen wind. Don't take our word for it, though, we're just the humble messengers. Here are Andy Hoare, and I think that's how you say that, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, and Mark Bedford to tell you all about their work on an earlier period of Kislev's history for Warhammer the Old.
Seeing what Creative Assembly have done with my concepts has been really fascinating. My heart lies in the old world. I used to have Empire armies and Orc and Goblin armies, so for me it was a joy and a privilege to go back and come up with new ideas for this, for the Kislev armies and future armies as well. We start off broad and we narrow our focus as we go in. So we'll get Mark Bedford, the concept artist, to just give us loads of ideas. Just go mad. Just do us drawings of troops, leaders, peasants, monsters, sometimes the landscape, the houses, all of this stuff. I think building up the background for the Kislev army has been a real joy, just because they were once an add-on to the Empire army, and you saw a couple of like units, the Lancers, the Ice Queen, and it was really going in depth into that army and finding out what a whole army of Kislev would be like, adding new things that people haven't seen before, creating characters that people haven't even imagined, and me adding a different units have always been, oh, I've always wanted to see one of this unit. Wouldn't it be great if we had a unit of bears, or we had a unit of bear riders? And it's allowing me to sort of play in that sandpit of the old world and come up with new creations. So over a course of many months, we'll just refine it down to a very specific look that we can then pass on and explain exactly to a licensee like Creative Assembly. This is the style Bible for this thing. This is what it looks like. This is the imagery. It's the iconography, the silhouettes, the colour schemes, all of these things that go together to make it a very specific thing. And explaining Warhammer to sometimes to people that aren't entirely familiar with Warhammer can be a great challenge, but Creative Assembly are very familiar with Warhammer, very respectful of it. They entirely understand it, so we're all talking the same language, which is great. Starting the Cathay project has been an absolute interesting design experience. You are literally creating new races, new ranges that have never been seen before, ideas that people won't expect as well. The Cathayan hierarchy will be a surprise to a lot of people.
Cathay is going to be unlike anything that you've ever seen in Warhammer, yet at the same time it's going to be classically Warhammer. You're going to see an entire part of the world that you've never seen before, populated by an enormous cast of characters, units, monsters, heroes, mythological figures. So it's going to feel entirely new, entirely novel, fantastical, and yet familiar at the same time. It is classic Warhammer like you've just never seen it before.
And so that is really cool to see. The fact that it's being created right now and it's going straight into Total War Warhammer, which is just amazing. I think it's such a cool thing to see that there's such a direct connection between the two. Before, it's always been sort of Creative Assembly look at legacy stuff. You know, oh, this thing from 10 years ago, can we use that? And Games Workshop go, yeah, all right. And then they do it, right? It's already there. So to have these things sort of happen in sort of their conception to be sort of funneled directly into Total War Warhammer is really interesting. We're probably going to end up seeing stuff in Total War Warhammer before we see it, you know, a model of it or anything, you know? It'll be in the pipeline. Maybe we'll get the model down the road, but they've got to do full factions here, you know? Kislev needs to be fully fleshed out, like the guy said. I forget which one it was. I think it was Andy. Was it Mark Bedford? Whichever one. One of you guys. They mentioned that Kislev was just an add-on for the Empire. It wasn't a full faction. But now it's got to be, right? It's one of the core factions now. We even saw in the trailer, we saw the what are they called? I've already forgot what they're called. Is the Ice something? It was the Tsarina's guards. Anyway, I spoke about them in the breakdown, the FAQ breakdown. Oh no, I didn't. In the trailer breakdown. They're both linked here, so don't worry about it. You can find them if you want more info. But yeah, so there's it was just concept art, and then we've seen them rendered physically, like, you know, in motion for the first time in the trailer for Total War Warhammer. You know, they're sort of breaking news on some of this stuff. Cathay especially, you know. Cathay, no one knew that would ever get developed. It's awesome to see that. You know, it's never around in the first thing. So they are getting to that, and they did mention, Cathay, and hierarchy is going to surprise some people. So all we really know from just the rumor stuff that existed in previous lore in old books, because, you know, they reference Cathay, but we've never seen anything from Cathay. They mentioned the Dragon Emperor, and if it's going to surprise people, I think maybe that it's actually literal and that it is a dragon. Because that's sort of the assumption for a lot of the time. But maybe the hierarchy is different now. You know, it's hard to say. But I'm hoping that the actual, you know, Emperor is a dragon. Because having a character that's a dragon commanding armies would be very cool. So I'd really like to see that. So hopefully we'll get something like that. But who knows? Who knows? I'm just guessing at this point, really. But anyway. Now you're probably wondering what other factions you'll be able to command when Total War Warhammer 3 launches. Well, we can reveal one more, and it's a biggie. And obviously this is Jade, which has always been sort of the stone of choice. It's been the precious stone of choice for representing the royal family in China. And so the fact that they're using that for Cathay as well, you know, there's obviously similarities there. But having something in Jade is very cool. The fact that there's a dragon holding the world, you know, is that literally what's going on? Is it the Dragon Emperor feeling, you know, that he dominates the world? Or is this literally just supposed to be a sort of representation of Cathay, of Grand Cathay? Gotta say the grand bit. So, eagle-eyed viewers among you may have spotted the name of Grand Cathay at the end of the trailer. Yes, it was down here. And now the largest empire in the Warhammer world will finally be getting its time in the sun. Hang on. Where's the asterisk? Where is that? Devout readers of the Black Library books may remember a certain sorcerer from Cathay in 1991's Beasts in Velvet. Well, I haven't read that, I'm afraid to say. So, the Dragon Empire of Cathay has long been mentioned in the background of old world history. Yeah, as I said, thanks to the Warhammer Studios' work in close partnership with Creative Assembly, fans will be able to get their first real taste of this fascinating empire in Total War Warhammer 3 at launch. Find out all about the new game on Creative Assembly's blog on TotalWar.com and pre-order now on Steam and Epic Games Store to play later in 2021. Make sure to watch the trailer again in case you missed anything. I mean, watch my breakdown. I've been very thorough, and I'm sure I've missed some things. And keep a close eye on the Warhammer community for more information on Total War Warhammer 3 and Warhammer The Old World as we get further into this year. Last but not least, we showed the trailer to a few of our staff not too long ago, and well, you'd better see their reactions for yourself. So I'm actually going to end out the video on these reactions, and I'd like to know your reactions as well in the comments, because there's a lot of really cool news, and well, I just love to see what the community feels about all this stuff. So I'll be gone, right? I'm off at the end of this. So comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to see more of whatever it is that I do, Warhammer stuff and Total War, and sometimes I get bored and do something else. Notification bell. Yeah, brilliant. See you in a bit. Take care.
Okay.
No door can keep it from us. And
the
summer yet may bloom again, though eyes be all
Yeah. Already bleak.
my child. There is so much to tell you that I have run out of time.
This is gonna be
The
Kislev, isn't it?
sacrifice I made was not enough. The dark gods still feed on our transgressions.
Wow.
Corruption. Obsession. Deceit. Rage. You must face these demons.
Oh, it's the Ice Queen! Yes! Hey! Wow. Come on, hit that combat. It's gonna hurt. Come on, Katarina, you can do it. Just gonna blast with the ice magic. Look at the bloodthirster! That's so cool. Oh man. Wow. Nice to see you. Do it. Do it. Kill him. Wow. There's a third one? Totally getting that. Oh, wow. Cool. Pre-purchase now. Gonna do that. What can you say? That's just incredible. Katarina, oh, the Ice Queen, yes. Big fan of that. And winged lancers and polar bears, yes. Kislev are here for Total War Warhammer 3. That's amazing. Yeah, what more can you ask for? I've kind of nearly finished Warhammer 2. So yeah, start afresh.